Hello there, welcome back to Simon Shed and welcome to a Bodenham Woods layout update. That's right, we're not looking at the Shed Valley Railway today. We are looking at what I think is going to be the final layout update for Bodenham Woods. So let's spin the camera around and get straight into it. New subscribers may not have seen this before, but this is Bodenham Woods, my first layout, my first N-gauge layout, my first ever layout at all, and it's a simple, relatively simple 2 loops of track, and basically everything I know about model railways and electrics, scenery, soldering, weathering and buildings was all learnt on this little layout. And it's kind of been sitting up here, winched up for too long really. I've not used it for months and months, so it's time to let you know what's going to happen to it. So first things first, I've got the it's all plugged in and switched on. So if we get the track cleaner going around, and maybe have a last little run. It's stopped again, just get it going the other way. So right, having quite a few running problems, but right, so the bad news is it doesn't look like we're going to have a running session. Most of the points are completely dead and need fixing or cleaning or both. I keep getting derailments on this track here, and on this corner as well. The cleaner won't fit through the tunnel and also keeps rubbing slightly on the platform. So we're not having much fun, and it's already taken up a lot of time, which is taken away from actually getting anything done on the main layout and getting any other videos filmed. So I think that kind of helps really with the decision. There's no point in keeping it, and I wouldn't be happy selling it in this condition with the running. And there's a lot I could reuse. Let's go through a few bits. What have we learned? I mean, think about this, when this was done, it's sort of at least 3 or 4 years ago now. The card buildings over there are all sort of inkjet printed scale scenes stuff, as is this, and the barn, and it's holding up really well, which is encouraging for the buildings I'm building for the new layout. So that's good. We know there's some longevity to those sort of buildings. The Metcalf kit is still looking exactly like it did out of the box also, so that's good. We seem to have developed a few running issues with the track, but we haven't got such tight curves on the new layout. The back scene, it's not held up terribly well. It tends to crease up as it gets colder. Not looking too bad at the moment. There's a few marks on it over there. And the realistic water seems to have gone a bit strange over here. I think I actually heated that up to try and sort of make it liquid again, which to try and flatten it out, which kind of worked to a point, but if I think I went a bit too far over here. and it sort of bubbled up and never really settled back down. So there's definitely lessons learned there. I'll be doing a lot more realistic water soon. But overall, I really enjoyed building this and sharing that sort of journey with you. So it's all good. It's served its purpose, and it's just not being used at the moment. So it's just sitting up here, and I'm having to remember to duck every time I come up here. It's blocking out all the light, and I think it's time for it to go. So we're not going to keep it. I'm not really happy selling it, and there's a lot of stuff I can reuse, so I think the decision is yeah, to remove what I can remove and reuse it, and take it down and say a fond farewell to Bodenham Woods. So starting at the back, we got all these trees. My new layout will take every single tree I can get off here. There are some really nice looking, quite expensive, I think they're Bachman trees down here, and a lot of the plastic armature trees. So all of these can be reused. The station building's a bit specific, but you know, things like the fence and the telephone box and the station lights can probably find a home. The goods shed possibly not. The dapple signal there will be very useful. That'll save me 30 quid on the new layout. That can just be reused. I can probably reuse some bits from those gardens. Again, the telephone box, maybe find a home for those cottages, not entirely sure, but all the sort of fence can be reused. The brewery doesn't really fit in anywhere. Again, these sort of pine trees can be reused, and the lights. The signal box here can probably find a home, maybe over the Kidderminster side, and possibly the barn over the Arley side, and the water tower again. That's another 30 quid saved. We can reuse that signal, so that's great. Now the pub. There is actually, if we look down at Arley, as the road comes down here, it'll probably be off the end of the layout, somewhere about here. On the left side of the road there is actually a pub, so I could maybe there reuse that pub as the one that's down the road at Arley. And again, the lights can be reused, and I'm sure these picnic tables and people will come in handy. So there's tons and tons of stuff that will help me with the new layout and speed things up. The train now departing from Harrington Station. I'd forgotten I'd called it Harrington. Will be the final departure on Bodenham Woods. I managed to get one loop working again after a bit of persuasion, and thought it'd be appropriate to run the very first loco. Oh, that point's going again. The very first loco I ever bought, which was that class 24 Farish 24081, I think, and the coaches from the very first train set I ever bought, which was the Merseyside Express set. So it's time. Goodbye from Bodenham Woods. A little bit sad, but most of this will live on in another form, so it's all good. It's all good. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you soon.